Tottenham 1, Liverpool 0. Spurs have 1 foot in the Carabao Cup Final. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another video. Yes, today's video is going to centre around the not-so-instant match reaction to Liverpool's 1-0 defeat in the Carabao Cup Semi-Final first leg last night against Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Spurs have 1 foot in the Carabao Cup Final, and it's all thanks to midfielder Lucas Bergval, who scored his first goal for the club in somewhat controversial circumstances. As much as Tottenham were very good last night in certain aspects, the game, the result, is surrounded in a couple of moments of controversy that Liverpool fans will feel frustrated and angry about towards the referee on the night. We're going to be talking about the performance, we're going to be talking about the result, we're going to be talking about the controversy and everything else in between. But before we go any further, I would like to remind you all, please like the video and also subscribe if you are new. Both things are always and forever be greatly appreciated. Get involved in the comment section as well. Would love to hear from you all on what you have to say on this particular subject. The performance, the result, the game itself, the controversies and all of that in between. Would like to know what you guys have to say. So your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, will make for great and interesting reading down below in that comment section. So please do use and abuse that comment section and talk to me, people, because I'm sure what you have to say will make for great and interesting reading. So I can't wait to read all of those. But without further ado, let's go on with the video. Let's talk the game last night. Look, first and foremost, let me just say, hopefully Nabil Bentancur is recovering well. It was a horrific, horrible moment. A really huge and major freak accident that I really do hope he's recovering well from. The early signs are he is recovering, he's conscious, he's talking, he seems like he's on the mend. So that is fantastic news if that's true. But it was a very horrible and scary moment in the very early stages of the game. So thankfully he's okay. Best wishes to him and his family, of course, from myself. But of course, we're here to talk about the football with all due respect. So that is what we are going to do. And first and foremost, let me just say, Spurs definitely deserved to take something from this first leg. I'm not necessarily sure a win for Spurs was potentially the fairest of results. I would have probably gone draw, but Liverpool definitely didn't deserve to win. That's my overarching point here. Liverpool didn't deserve to win, and a large part of that was down to Tottenham's game plan. And I applaud Ange Postecoglou for adapting, something that I've heavily criticised him for in the past. He actually adapted last night. He didn't make the same mistakes that he did a few short weeks ago when Liverpool absolutely battered Tottenham from pillar to post at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the Premier League. So fair play for Postecoglou for that, and fair play to the Spurs team for carrying out his game plan. They were tenacious, they were quick, they were pressing very, very well, and the harassment really took Liverpool off their game, and fair play to Tottenham for that. And they, like I say, I think they at least deserved to take something to the second leg with. A draw, a win. I think a draw, like I say, was probably the fairer of results, but Spurs get the win, and that is all she wrote on that. However, there is controversy. There is a level of frustration and anger towards the referee last night from Liverpool fans for 2, maybe 3 instances that happened on the pitch that night. The first 2 I'm going to talk about are going to be the penalty decisions. The first one, Pedro Porro and Luis Diaz. It's a 2-handed push in the back. I personally have seen penalties given for less in the Premier League. I think this one's being a little bit overlooked. I can understand why the referee may have not given it. VAR check, clear and obvious. I don't know. I don't know if it's counts as clear and obvious, but Porro definitely was playing with fire there, with a 2-handed push in the back of Luis Diaz, which, like I say, I think is going a little bit under the radar. The second penalty happened in the final few minutes of the game. Corner. Dejan Kulusevski kicks Curtis Jones's leg. Kicks his leg, not the ball, his leg, and nothing is given. Now again, similarly to the last incident I just talked about, I have seen penalties given for a lot less. There is no contact on the ball. There is only contact on Curtis Jones's leg to kick him. Where's the logic in that? Where is the logic in that? Especially given how a penalty was given at the weekend for a clash of heads. I don't understand where the logic is for not giving Curtis Jones a penalty there for Liverpool. It makes absolutely no sense to me. And then the third incident was actually before the penalty incidents. The third incident, of course, happened a minute or so before Lucas Bergval scored his goal. The question is, should he have been on the pitch to begin with? He's picked up a yellow card earlier on in the game for a foul on Luis Diaz. The foul may seem a little harsh, given the replay. Doesn't seem to touch him much or barely touch him in his challenge. The referee deemed it to be a yellow card. The second foul is a stonewall foul. It's a definite foul. It's a definite yellow card offence. And the referee doesn't give it. The referee instead plays advantage to Liverpool. Many people will probably say it balances itself out because the first one shouldn't have been a yellow card, but the second one should have been, so it balances itself out. But of course, as we know, football doesn't work that way. And for Tottenham fans that are saying that, I want to ask you one question. What was your feeling when Diogo Jota got sent off for 2 bookable offences last season when Liverpool played Tottenham in the game where the Luis Diaz goal was given as offside when it wasn't? What was your reaction to that one? Because the second bookable offence on that one wasn't a bookable offence at all. The Tottenham player tripped himself up and it was given as a foul and a second yellow card without any sort of warning for Diogo Jota. So, what was your reaction to that one? And what's your reaction to this one? Because if you're not keeping the same energy, I don't want to hear from you. I really don't want to hear from you. Because the hypocrisy stinks. I'm just saying. I'm just saying is all. The ruling that's since come out, and Postecoglou made reference to this in his post-match interview, is that if a referee plays advantage and it's not a cynical challenge, a yellow card will not be given. So in the referee's eyes, Bergval's made a genuine attempt to get the ball. He's not got it, but the referee's played advantage, and because it's not a cynical challenge, he's decided not to book Lucas Bergval. I still think that's very wrong because it's a poor challenge, and there is another reason why I think it's wrong, which I'll get onto in a little while. But it's a poor challenge. It's a definite yellow card in my mind. If you're already on a yellow card, you're tempting fate and you're playing with fire by going in for another challenge like that. Personally, if it's a definite stone wall and it's a definite red card, but you as a referee know that you can't go back to book the player, then blow for the whistle and give the second yellow. Otherwise, scrap that stupid rule. Scrap that stupid rule. Because it's a stupid rule. And what makes it worse about that rule is it goes hand in hand with the next stupid rule that cost Liverpool a goal and also cost them, at the time of them scoring a goal, a player on the pitch. Because Kostas Tsimikas, who was on the receiving end of that bad challenge, had to go off for 30 seconds to receive treatment. So he wasn't on the pitch at all during Tottenham's build-up to the goal, and then eventually Lucas Bergval sticking it into the back of the net. So Liverpool suffer by not having a Tottenham player who would have been rightfully sent off, in my opinion. And then they suffer even more by having a player go off the pitch to receive treatment, and then Spurs go and score. So there were 3 counts of Liverpool being hard done by there in quick succession. The second yellow, which should have been a second yellow. Tsimikas being off the pitch, so they're down to 10 men essentially for the build-up to the Tottenham goal. And then the goal itself. By the scorer, who should have been sent off for a second bookable offence. It's ridiculous to me. those are the kinds of laws that I tear my hair out and I question what the hell are they doing in the game. And by the way, anyone, and I'm talking to Man United fans especially, because I know United fans were done by this rule earlier on in the season. I want to say they were playing Brentford, and I want to say it was like Christian Eriksen or Casemiro or someone. They had to leave the pitch for 30 odd seconds because of injury, and that cost Man United a goal then. And now Liverpool have been hard done by on this one. So it does happen. It does happen to all other teams, and obviously we should call it out when we see when we see it happen before our very eyes, because it's just a very stupid rule that either needs to change or get banned, or the person who commits the foul also needs to leave the pitch for 30 seconds or something along them lines. Either way, it just needs to change, because it was absolutely ridiculous what I was witnessing last night. Like I say, it doesn't excuse the Liverpool performance, and I'm not saying that any of these situations that Liverpool and Tottenham found themselves in last night in terms of these potential controversies are in any way, shape or form dictated the result of last night's game. Liverpool were not great. They weren't amazing. They weren't dreadful. They were just slightly below average, I would say, in most areas. But at the same time, we can't look over these kinds of controversies. And also, didn't an Arsenal player, sorry to bring Arsenal into this, and give more fuel to the fire of Arsenal fans that moan about referees, but didn't an Arsenal player, last season I think it was, pick up 2 yellow cards in quick succession? One for a cynical foul, and then about 10 seconds later, he made a second foul in the same kind of passage of play and get sent off. I don't remember it completely. I want to say it's an Arsenal player. I can't remember the incident completely, so I may have got the wrong end of the stick there, I'll admit. But I just seem to have that in my mind that was something, and that sparked another debate as to whether or not he should have been sent off for having 2 fouls in quick succession. I just think Bergval last night should have been sent off. Don't get me wrong, he takes his goal brilliantly, and it's a very good goal, and it's an amazing way to obviously score your first goal of your Tottenham career. Typically, it had to be against us, didn't it? But at the same time, I think the rules that are in place there are stupid. I think they need to be looked at and they need to be changed. The 30-second rule for the injured player, unless you're going to add on that the person who commits a foul in that situation also has to go off. I just think it's stupid to me. I really, really do. And the way that Ange Postecoglou came out and basically applauded the referees and basically said that they played the game down to the rule book and everything is very strange, considering a few short days ago he was moaning about handball and about, you know, whether it was intentional handball or not in the game against Newcastle. So I'm just going to throw that out there for Postecoglou, because although I somewhat like the guy to an extent, the way that obviously last year in this same fixture, he was saying that we have to get on with referee decisions. We don't question their authority. And then he's since gone on to moan about referees, and then he's back to praising them again. It just seems a little weird to me. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to throw out there. But no, back to the game. Apart from the controversies, I felt Tottenham did deserve something from it. I thought Liverpool weren't dreadful. They picked up their performance a tiny bit from the Man United game. It still wasn't amazing. It still wasn't to the standards and expectations that we expect from Liverpool Football Club. But they picked it up a little bit. They got better as the first half went on. Second half, they picked up their game, typically after Tottenham had scored. But it's still not good enough. Ultimately, it's still not good enough, and many people will say, well, it's only the Carabao Cup, who cares? But it's still a trophy at the end of the day, and it's still an opportunity for Liverpool to really, you know, get more silverware in their trophy cabinet, and for Arne Slot to pick up his first trophy as the Liverpool manager, and that this could be an amazing opportunity for him. And yet, we've got 90 minutes now to put things right, being a goal down. And yeah, I would still make us favourites. I think there's no harm in saying that. I think I would still make us favourites to go on and win the second leg and win it by a considerable margin that we actually go through, rather than win it on, say, penalties or anything like that. I'd still say we're the favourite going into that second leg. For a number of reasons. We have the better squad, we have better players, and, you know, it's Spurs at the end of the day. So, and of course, with us being at Anfield as well, that could also play a part in us getting through. But yeah, I just thought last night wasn't amazing by any stretch of the imagination. I thought we would have seen a few more appearances from other players that we have in our ranks, because at times our build-up play looked a little slow, our build-up play looked a little sloppy. Alisson got away with one in the second half. He gets away with it initially to stop Bergval, and then he just sort of like forgets Bergval's behind him, and then takes way too long in clearing the ball, and then Bergval steals in and Pedro Porro puts it wide. It really should have been 1-0 Tottenham from there. Dominic Solanke, of course, had a goal ruled out for offside. It's by the thinnest of margins, but offside is offside, as we obviously know from this fixture last year. But no, in all seriousness, yeah, it wasn't a great performance by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think anyone barring Cody Gakpo and Virgil van Dijk really performed well. I thought everybody else was below expectation or below average. Jota wasn't great. Midfield was meh. Defence was all over the place, and that's sort of to be expected when you make 3 changes out of 4. The unfortunate thing again was Kwanzaa getting injured. That's another centre-back down. So, yeah, that's fantastic. Can't wait for that to obviously continue. But yeah, Conor Bradley was okay. Tsimikas was poor. Alisson was poor last night. Mainly in the distribution. Virgil van Dijk was imperious. He's just so good. He is just so good. He's so incredible. And like I said, Gakpo was good. Everyone else was average to below average. I didn't really see anyone stand out other than them two, really. Darwin Núñez comes on in the second half, as do a lot of other subs, but I'm plucking him out individually because he's absolutely useless. I mean, Salah created our best opportunity of the game, and rather than drill it into the corner across the face of goal, he just smashes it at the goalkeeper. A goalkeeper who only made his signing from Spurs official on Sunday. We really should have tested him more, to be honest, but we didn't, and that is disappointing. That is annoying in itself. But yeah, Núñez had our best chance. He thought, to be fair, Salah created our best opportunity, and Núñez actually did well with a cross, I believe, from Diaz to get something on it to take it goalwards, and it was actually a good save from the goalkeeper then. So I will give Núñez a little bit of credit there for a very sort of improvised finish towards the goal, but goalkeeper matched it, and I expect more from my record signing of Liverpool Football Club. He's now made 2 cameo appearances in the past couple of games, which have been absolutely dreadful. So, yeah, I don't know what he offers anymore. I don't know what the plan is. I don't understand why we keep faith in him. I really don't. I really don't understand why we keep faith in him. But, yeah, that's that. That's that, essentially. So, a lot to look at in terms of the rules. Few things to look at in terms of individual performances. We move on now to Accrington Stanley in the FA Cup. A big opportunity to rest a lot of players for that one. If we get knocked out, we get knocked out. You know what I mean? It's friggin' annoying now. But yeah, there's a massive opportunity to rest some players, because I think some of these players are looking a little leggy, a little tired, and a little sloppy. So hopefully it's a big opportunity to rest some players, get some minutes into the legs of some of those other players. Curtis Jones last night was poor as well. I want to see Harvey Elliott in that role. We've missed Dominic Szoboszlai so badly these past couple of games. I would like to see Harvey Elliott get played in that number 10. I think he will thrive in this Arnie Slot system. And I think we need to put more faith in him going forward, because Jones has put in a couple of poor performances past couple of games. And Harvey Elliott is seemingly chomping at the bit to get some game time and some minutes. I'd expect him to get some minutes against Accrington Stanley. But that shouldn't necessarily be, the benchmark as to obviously getting some game time. He needs some more game time and some more competitive fixtures. So, yes, please play Harvey Elliott a little bit more, especially because Jones played like the entirety of the game last night, and I don't know how. I really don't know how. Trent made a cameo appearance. I thought he performed a lot better than he did on Sunday. Not that, again, the bar was exactly set high, but he performed a lot better. He provided a few dangerous moments. Dragusin cleared one of his shots that was going goal-bound off the goal line. So he was a little bit unfortunate with that. But yes, much better from Trent Alexander-Arnold in this capacity. But yeah, overall, not the best performances from Liverpool. Not amazing, to say the least. And we go into a second leg in about a month's time. 1 goal down. Like I say, I still make us favourites for that game. I still think we have the better quality of players, and we have obviously the mentality to turn things around there. But we will need to up our game. And, the worrying thing now is that that's 2 back-to-back games now in which we've looked sloppy, in which we've looked poor, in which we've looked, dare I say, tired. I'm just hoping that things click back into gear very soon, because I don't want this to be the start of the downfall, because United fans will be loving it if they get credit for starting the Liverpool downfall. I'm already seeing them perk up on Twitter and other social media sites. So, yeah, fingers crossed Liverpool can find their groove again very, very soon. But fair play to Tottenham, fair play to Postecoglou, change things around, and are taking a 1-0 victory into their second leg Carabao Cup Semi-Final game against Liverpool at Anfield in about a month's time. There you have the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of Liverpool and Tottenham's game last night at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? What do you make of the performance of both teams, the results, and anything, and all the controversies and anything else you can think of in regards to the game, the tournament, or anything else? I'd love to know what you guys have to say about it down below in the comments section. So please do leave your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. That'll make for great and interesting reading, I'm sure, down below. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Both things are always and forever greatly appreciated. And thank you all so much for watching and listening. And thank you all for your either brand new or continued support. If you are brand new, welcome along to the channel. Nice to have you here. And you guys are absolutely awesome. And if you are continuing your support, you guys are awesome as well. Can't thank you enough. Will never be taken for granted and will always be greatly appreciated, your support to me and the channel. So thank you all so much for that. I've been Fletch, this has been another Fletch Talks video, and I will see you all again soon in another video, or live stream, or whatever it may be. Cheers guys, thanks everyone for watching, take care, enjoy the rest of your day, speak to you all again very, very soon.